And we're live on a Mars Day, 2525. Hut, hike. What's up, everyone? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium. What are those cards? Oh, there it is. Mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sibyl. I am your messenger god, his very first creation. In the feminine form, I am the Lilith. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. What's up, everyone? Oh, it's another day. Hey, dude, I am so full of God right now. Oh, my God. Really? Yup. God is amazing. So I went to my housing appointment. My appointment was with Jewish Family Services, right? So I find it amazing that the Jewish are helping me get back on my feet. Really? Yeah, considering the fact that I'm a pagan high priestess that teaches Jewish mysticism in order to instill a Christ consciousness across the world. Amazing. Amazing grace. Speaking of which, Buddha! I posted in my community page that Buddha's energy is all over us. What's he got? What is he giving us? Compassion. Non-violence, attainment of nirvana, detachment of worldly, that's for sure, worldly temptations, readiness and ability to pass knowledge on to others. That's what it means to be Buddhistic. Buddhistic. Really fantastic. We're going to read some teachings from Buddha. Why? I don't know. I saw that in Texas there's a bunch of monks that are walking for 120 days for peace. Sounds like a Jesus walk to me. Then I saw something that some lady that they were about to cremate came back to life in her coffin in Thailand. It's like, oh man, there's some really awesome energy going on around here. So I went to my housing, and it was exactly what God said. God told me that I could get taken care of for about a year. That's exactly it, dude. They take care of all kinds of stuff. Will they pay the rent the whole year? No, they make sure that they're paying part of it up until then. All kinds of stuff. The cool thing is they've got they're doing a pilot program that they just started, where they'll give me a housing navigator from Denver, someone outside. That's solely their position, is to navigate housing. I'm like, so they said before that the housing module would look like 3 to 6 months to get you in. I said not anymore, and I was like, well, my biggest fear is this happening too soon. Could this happen before Christmas? And they started shaking their head yes. And I'm like, that's my biggest fear. It's like, well, you're welcome to talk to your housing navigator about all of this. They want you to be part of it, and they don't want you to move too fast. They take care of all of that. Furnishings, all of the move-ins, all of it. The first 3 months they pay all of the rent, and then it's tapering you into paying all your rent by the 12th month. So that's pretty cool. I was really excited about that because, and then they asked, where you wanted to live and all that kind of crazy stuff. And it just goes back to God's blessings. It really just does. He promised he'd take care of all these things if I just took care of myself. And in order, that's what I did, is what he's showing right there. I spent 3 years taking care of myself. And God said that when, after I was done taking care of myself, then he would make everything right. And he is. And that's what I said when I came in. I was like, God is fixing my life faster than I can put together the thought of what he's doing. Really? Yeah, what was an interesting question they asked me? As far as housing, they asked me, and I looked at the lady, and I let her make my choice. She's like, we have a list of counties. Which is your preferred county? Would you like Jeffco, Adams, Arapahoe, or Denver? And I'm like, well, I grew up in Jefferson County, but I ended up in Adams County because I couldn't afford it. I was like, I don't know shit about Arapahoe, and we'll stay out of Denver. It's like, what would you do? Would you go to somewhere new that you never been, or somewhere where you feel safe? She said, somewhere where you feel safe. I was like, all right, put me down for Jefferson County. What's that mean? The west side. The south side is Arapahoe. Denver's central, and then Adams County is north. I lived in the north for a long time. I would have loved to stay on the west side if I could have just afforded it, but I couldn't. And that's what we were talking about too. She's like, what's your ideal rent? I was like, I don't know what rent is anymore. I have been out of a house for 2 years. She's like, well, for a 2-bedroom, With washer and dryer, that would be at least 2,000. It's like, oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. It's like, okay, well, now we know. I told you. And that's just, you know what I mean? That's just. That's not even anything extra. Of course, I'm going for 3-bedroom with a washer and dryer, so, you know, double or nothing, that motherfucker. Probably. It's expensive to live, people. I had explained to her, though, my goals. I was like, you know, this job is not supposed to last past mid-January. And I told her, you know, with this job, I'm using that to purchase me a computer. That way I can find long-term work, so work from home work. And she's like, well, that's cool. It's like, yeah, well, until you get out there and try to see. So, anyways, there's a lot of good stuff on us. Buddha is on us. We'll start with his book, because his energy was first, and then I'm going to pull some tarot. Where you want to talk about Buddha? What page should we go to? 256. The Way of Purification. I feel like we're always in here, Buddha. Can I go to a different page? Let's go to the beginning. Dharma. There's a good page. Causation. The Fourfold Noble Truth. That's exactly what they said December 8th is about. The Buddha Day. It's about the Four Noble Truths. The world is full of suffering. Birth is suffering. Old age is suffering. Kindness and death are suffering. To meet a man whom one hates is suffering. To be separated from a beloved one is suffering. To be vainly struggling to satisfy one's needs is suffering. In fact, life that is not free from desire and passion is always involved with stress. This is called the truth of suffering. Come on! I want to talk about your suffering. The cause of human suffering is undoubtedly found in the thirsts of the physical body and the illusions of the worldly passions. I spoke about this yesterday. I'm not feeding into this bullshit, this holiday season bullshit. I'm not giving into any of this bullshit. The temptations of the flesh. I want this and I need this and this will make me feel better. That shit don't make me feel better. It's just shiny shit. Shiny shit. If these thirsts and illusions are traced to their source, they are found to be rooted in the intense desire of physical instincts. Thus, desire, having a strong will to live, come on, I don't want to talk about him, as its basis, seeks that which it feels desirable, even if it's sometimes death. I see where you want to talk about him. This is called the truth of cause, the truth of the cause of suffering. Talking about Wolfman, he posted it in his Instagram that he went skydiving again this weekend. Like, what an idiot. Are you hoping to die? Like, do you ever just fall for 5 minutes and be like, this feels like the last time I fell? Why do you do that? Because you need the thrill. You need the excitement of falling out of a plane and maybe possibly dying. You need the excitement of not dying to say that you lived. All right, Lewis Hamilton. All right, Lewis Hamilton. All right, Lewis Hamilton. That's how far off you are from your feelings, that you need an extreme feeling to feel. How much do you pay for that experience? How much does it cost you to run around saying you jumped out of a plane? Do you feel superior doing such stupid things? Oh, there's millions of you. You're not of an elite squad. There's women and children and all kinds. Anybody with money can jump out of a plane. Why do people with money jump out of planes? Because they... That's the only excitement they have left. What tops jumping out of a plane, Wolfman? That's what you're constantly trying to do, is top that feeling. Just like Lewis. There's ways to experience such nirvana without jumping out of planes. Stupid. I think you just like the strap around your balls. You like being harnessed to nothing and the possibility of dying. Just die then. Is something different going to happen each time you jump out? It's more exhilarating. You're just falling. It's a sense of falling. For how long? The falling makes you feel alive. It sounds like a drug addiction to me. You just need to take it easy. Adrenaline junkie. He is a junkie. Might as well shoot it up between your toes. If desire, which lies at the root of all human poison or passion, can be removed, then passion will die out, and all human suffering will be ended. That's it. If I don't desire things and then, get let down because I don't have them, then I don't have any suffering about the shit. Really? Yeah. This is called the truth of sensation of suffering. In order to enter into a state where there is no desire or no suffering, one must follow a certain path. There's something about this writing that is standing out real... No, it's not. This is standing out real bold to me. Every bit of this starts here. All of these, the print is real bold. Not the rest of it, but to me, it's real bold. That's what I was like, is it really? No, I had to put it in front of the camera to see if it was. It is in my eyes. This is what it's standing out. Noble eightfold paths are right view, right thought, right speech, right behavior, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. This is called the truth of the noble path to the sensation of the cause of suffering. You got to do what's right. You have to have the right view on things. You have to have the right thoughts. You have to have the right words. You have to have a right behavior. You're living the right livelihood, putting in the right effort, having the right mindfulness, and the right conversation or concentration. People should keep these truths clearly in mind, for the world is filled with suffering, and if anyone wishes to escape from suffering, he must sever these ties of worldly passion, which is the sole cause of suffering. That goes back to how did this happen? And she wanted to know. They had to go through my whole, how long have you been homeless? Can you explain what that looked like? Okay. Sure, let's start way back when. What happened? I gave up the worldly desires. I gave up my home. I gave up my job. I gave up my identity. I gave up the things of this world in pursuit of God. And I found God, and no longer do I need the things of this world. He provides the things of this world now for me because I got what I was looking for, which was Him. I was looking for His promises, and I got them. But that's how it is. It's like, we can't all be like you. What, surrender? You're not going to be free next year. You're not going to be a wild stallion in the year of the horse if you're still strapped to your mind this year. If you have not shed your fucking skin, you are not going to be a horse next year. You're going to be right in the ground in that same old dirty fucking skin. Same thoughts, same actions, same life, same wife. How did I stop suffering? I gave it up. But trust me, the sacrificing of it was all suffering. To let go of what I thought was me and what was so important to me and my family. That was suffering. That was true suffering. If I ever suffered hard, it was through the mind, the ego death. Telling myself I didn't need this. Telling myself that these things were important. And it wasn't just me. It was God telling me and me reaffirming that this shit has nothing to do with Christ. This has nothing to do with the Native American culture. Giving thanks on this. Nobody's giving thanks on this week. They're compulsive consumers. Nobody has the right heart about this week. I am ever grateful for the $20 in my fucking pocket. And the fact that that $20 is all I need to get to my new future. And even if I didn't have it, God's still taking me to my new future. My new house, my new job, my new car, my new man, my new career. And I get a new job. New furniture, new clothes, new lifestyle, new me. Because I had to take it off, bro. And it didn't happen overnight. It was a lot of fighting. You want to stop suffering? Then let go. Let go of the things that are making you suffer. That fucking house, bro. I hated that fucking house. I worked so fucking hard for a house that I hated. When I let it go, I became a little free. This fucking image of who I had to be for other people, when I let that go, I was free. Having to put on a face and be pretty all the fucking time, when I let that go, I really felt beautiful. Having to maintain what people wanted me to be, when I go, bro, I really started maintaining the universe. When I stopped worrying about people and started worrying about myself, things got good. But it was hard to do that. It's hard to reprogram your mind to walk away from everything and everyone so that you could take care of you. And it don't happen in no fucking 40 days. You spent your whole life taking care of people. It's going to take you a couple years to get back to you. The way of life which is free from all worldly passion and suffering can only be known through enlightenment, and enlightenment can only be obtained through the discipline of the Noble Eightfold Path. All those who are seeking enlightenment must understand the Fourfold Noble Truth. Without understanding this, they will wander about intermediately in the bewildered maze of life's illusions. That's it. You're jumping from one fucking pursuit to another. Those who understand this fourfold noble truth. I'm seeing Mike Stud. He reads all these books, but he doesn't have the right mentality. He's still doing the same thing. He's no more enlightened than the rest of you. I assure you of that. His physical world shows you. He's all about the physical world and his next accomplishment and his next journey. He's all Knight of Wands. He's all about this. He hasn't learned how to let go. He's got his fingers and his toes in everything. Those who are understand this fourfold noble truth are called the people whom have acquired the eyes of enlightenment. Therefore, those who wish to follow Buddha's teachings should concentrate their mind on this fourfold noble truth and seek to make their understandings of this meaning clear. In all ages, a saint, if he is a true saint, is one who understands it and teaches it to others. I'm going to stop there. You can't be enlightened and material. It doesn't go together. You're not of the spirit and of the flesh. You're a spirit having a human experience. You guys are humans trying to have a spiritual experience at a spiritual retreat. But then you got to go back and you're still you. You can't take that experience with you. You can't put on spirituality. You can go to a place and run away from your lifestyle, but you're always going to have to go back to it because that is your life. You haven't given up your life for spirituality. You just want to access it to make your life more bountiful. That's like going to church, bro. I had a huge download when I was blow drying my hair today, and I didn't want to lose it, and I hope I don't mess this up. You're never going to understand your limitlessness until you've pushed your limits and understand that you are limitlessness. You are limitless. Right now, you are totally limited. But when you start pushing those boundaries and seeing that nothing holds you back, then you start to understand your divinity. That you're not of this world. That the mind is the only thing stopping you. But until you start pushing the edges of your mind and your reality and seeing what you're truly capable of, you're never going to know. You never know a person's full strength, capabilities, power, or wisdom until they have to be put into a strong place to exert that. Secondly, the most important thing that I got while I was getting ready was every power you need to be successful in life is inside of you, like they always say. All you need is one experience and the wisdom from that experience to activate it. Once you have the wisdom, you activate the power. But you have to have the experience to have the wisdom. So those of you that haven't got your psychic powers and you haven't got all these yet, number one, you haven't pushed your limits yet. You haven't broken past the limitations of the 3D reality you created for yourself. Only when you step out of yourself will you experience your higher self and what it has to offer, which is your soul. The more you do these experiences, the more wisdom you get, the more powerful you become. You become powerful through your experiences. They're called surviving unbelievable things. Once you've survived some great shit, you have an inner confidence that you can survive more shit. So someone like me, I walk around, I cried to them. I'm afraid. I told her, I'm afraid of this happening too fast. I'm scared. I've been waiting for this for 3 years and now I'm scared. I just don't want this to happen too fast. It doesn't matter if I'm afraid. It's time to happen. I can tell them. And it's like, I don't want to stay here long. I don't want to stay longer in a shelter than I have to be, but I have to acknowledge I'm afraid of that next big step. Telling people is part of it, so they can, understand your fears. But the second thing was like, and that goes back to my kid. I told them, I'm afraid of my kids walking to school. I have fears of this. I understand where that comes from. You want to go for a walk to the school so you can see where it is? And that's where it is when I told Joe that. And people don't know what your limits are until you express them. And then the right person is going to encourage you, let's walk past that. Let me walk you past that limit. The more you push your limits and do things that you've never done before, the more you become powerful in your understanding of your capabilities. But before you do something like this, your automatic impulse is, I can't do this. I've never done nothing like this. Nobody ever has showed me something. I'm not sure I can do something like this. When you push yourself to do things you don't think you can do, then you tap into your true power. But until then, no, you're powerless to yourself. Nobody's stopping you. And that's where this enlightenment comes from. By taking off heavy experiences, you become enlightened. You become lighter. You reclaim your power by facing your fears, guys, in all different areas. What's going on with me, I'm in a conversation. I've been dealing with conversations with this man from the Salvation Army. It's hard for me to keep him, it's easier to just run away and say, no, I don't want to work no more and this and that. It's harder for me to communicate and explain to him that, I'm going through stuff. So like today he sent me a message. He sent it to me last night and I didn't want to tell him. It was hard for me to communicate to him. He offered me to work, but I didn't want to tell him I'm too tired. I know I said I could, but I can't. I didn't want to tell him that. So then he sent me a message while I was at my appointment, which gave me an excuse. I apologize. I was at an appointment, so I couldn't have possibly made this shift. So then he sends me another message. It's like, well, the position's available all day if you'd like to make some extra money. And I'm like, what do I tell him? I don't want to lie to him, but at the same time, I know I don't want to do the shift, but I don't want to lose the opportunity. And I think I'm going to have to close this door, and I don't want to because I was really grateful you gave me the opportunity, and I don't want to take advantage. And, and it's just kind of like that. It's like I'm being forced to stay present and deal with this rather than, saying something stupid or just running away or, not closing. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's petty, but it's just like that. Someone that, I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't know what to say, so I'm not going to say anything. That's not helpful. So I'm just trying to show you in that area. It's like, I'm having conversations with someone that I've never really had before. Typically, I just quit. Say, okay, well, I'm done with you. I'm out of here. And that's what I was explaining to my new caseworker. It's like, I can get unbelievable jobs. I just can't deal with people anymore. Just like understandable. That's very understandable. I mean, seriously, though. My daughter told me, she's all, you could go there. It's like, I'm so tired. She's all, just put up a chair. Just look like a homeless person ringing the bell, huh? Like everybody else, every other person out there. I'm not desperate. I'm not needy, and I'm not called to do it. You know what I mean? If I feel the call to get up and it's like God said, you need to go do this, they need you, and you need the money, then that's what I do. I don't feel that. I'm like, dude, I need to rest. They're going to have me fucking shopping again tomorrow. Really? Yeah. You got to let go of the pride, too. You know what I mean? I didn't go to college. I didn't do all of this to be a fucking Target shopper. But I did. And why did I do that? Because it gives me peace. For right now. You know what I mean? And if it remains to be a peaceful job, then it's peaceful. Like, this is one of those crazy ones. Like, I've never had something like this happen. It's like, they just let me go. This was, like, totally manifested. Like, just leave her alone. Let her do her job. There's people, and I just keep meeting them, but it's not like, here's everybody, and let's meet all the team, and make sure you're checking in, and this person's going to watch you, and this is your trainer, and nah, bro. Not at all. I just wave and say hi, and like, hey, can I ask you a question? What's your name? That works for me. realistically, you guys want to be involved in all of this. That's cool. That's cool. I get that. When I get to my community center, I'll have to do that kind of shit, but I'm not doing that for other companies. Realistically, where are we at? The Hermit is on the bottom of the deck. Where are we at, God? Oh, Lord. Knight of Cups. Flowing with love. I've come to bring me you love. That's cute. Well, at least rather than Knight of Wands. Lord have mercy. I'm in a good place. Are you in a good place? I'm in a good place. Hey, I watched that John Wick movie. That was cool. No wonder you guys write music about him so much. There's like 4 other ones. I might spend all day watching John Wick. It was pretty good. I realized that I've always liked Keanu Reeves. I've always liked Keanu Reeves as an actor. Really? Yeah. He's got great movies, don't you think? What are we at? Knight of Cups. I went to the 10 of Cups. Almost there. Queen of Cups. Good stuff. The Knight of Cups, it brings you something of great emotional and spiritual value, but be careful not to misinterpret his message. True happiness and fulfillment is not based on transordy desire or the gratification of short-term pleasure, but grows out of unselfish love for others and compassion for the world. It is a simple thing to practice kindness in your dealings with others, and will make you and those around you happier and less stressed. Dude, can I just point out something that's unreal? So, like, my appointment was literally in the parking lot of my job. Literally, yup. Jewish Family Services is in the parking lot, is connected in the parking lot of Target. And I told you, Target is on the back side of my building. Really? God is just so good, bro. I didn't know it was there. She said it was in walking distance. I just didn't know where it was. And I was like, are you serious? I really could have just walked from work over here. No wonder she thought I was going to. Really? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, God is, He brought everything to me. The King of Cups tells you to follow your heart, not your ego. This is an opportunity for spiritual growth. Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups may represent a person in your life, or it might be you. I am creative and imaginative, soft-spoken and gentle on good days. I am ruled by my heart rather than my head. So though he is intelligent, he is easily swayed. He is artistic, romantic, and charming. All right, the reverse is trickery, fraud, cheating, unrequited love, and broken promises. Man. A situation that seemed romantic or exciting proves disappointing. I mean, did you go out for something that didn't go? I don't know. The Knight of Cups reverse may be an actual person who doesn't differentiate from fact to fiction, who is vain, moody, over-emotional. He may abuse drugs, alcohol, and sex. His idea of a relationship is generally a one-night stand. In the unlikely event that you are in a relationship with him, you will never know where you are. If he has moved on, he probably won't even tell you, as he wants to avoid the confrontation. What do you do? I know what you do. I know what you do. They all do it. That's how Bobby talks to me too. On what? WhatsApp. So then you can just disappear. You can just get rid of them when you don't want to talk to them anymore. That's nice. That's nice. I was thinking about Wolfman. He sent you this guy. Oh, you and your little horsey. Hey, bro. Can I just say that you might be my type, but I don't think you're sexy? Really? Yeah, I just want to tell you that. I don't find you physically like that. Last time I saw Bobby, I thought he was really sexy. But I'm just saying, like, looking at your face, I don't be like, I don't be crushing on you. Really? I don't think you're beautiful or anything like that. I just want to point that out. You probably don't think I am either, because I'm not your little boy girl that you typically date. You like those little fucking 11-year-olds. Anyways, I don't know. This guy sounds like a whole piece of shit. If you're not somebody out giving love, then you're a whole piece of shit trying to steal love. Bottom line. Spiritual work at hand. Get to work. Lots of work to be done. Realistically, yeah, 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. You know what they told me they offered as I was leaving? She's like, we offer Uber rides if you need to, if you need a ride to get to go viewing housing and putting in applications, we can take care of that for you. That's nice. I don't know where I'm going, but if I'm going to an apartment, I will definitely call you. The Three of Pentacles is a card of work and craftsmanship. You are involved in making your inspirations manifest into this world. Whether this is a piece of art, establishing a high-quality business, building a house, or getting the training you need for a chosen career. You have made the plans and you know where you are going. And good old-fashioned hard work is going to get you there. This is a long-term goal and you have only completed the initial stages. But you have the determination you need to see the project through to its conclusion. Moreover, other people recognize your dedication and want to help. Be willing to collaborate and learn from others. That's cool. You want to talk about it? Reverse meaning. Pretty much what it is you have to take the initiative. Things don't just get done because you say you want it. You have to go out and somewhat make it happen. You don't have to build the, you don't have to put it all together, but you have to get it together. And that's even the business plan, the roadmap to success. And that's it too, is like, I already have a roadmap to success. I don't need you to build me one. I've already built myself one. Actually, I didn't. God did. And, as time and experience comes, we make adjustments to that. What is what is God's purpose or calling on your life? I see the Aries, they don't know. Anyways, the reverse. You are not applying yourself to your job and take no pride in it, instead producing rushed and poor quality work. I cannot believe you, Russell Sprout. Russell Sprout. At least you got a haircut. That was nice. I enjoy your haircut. He's all over TikTok saying that this new song is an anthem. He always says they're anthems, bro. Yet nobody sings this bullshit. He says it's an anthem to single parents. You don't have a clue. How many single parents did you know when you wrote this song? It had nothing to do with single parents. It was you and your own ego talking to the fucking mirror about people don't know what you've been through. But now you're trying to put it on single parents. How many single parents purchase Russ music? What is your demographic? Like, you're so full of crap. Realistically, you're so full of crap. Like, literally, it's oozing out of your eyeballs. 2 different colors of crap. Light shade of brown is what I heard. Come on. God. Ugh. Your energy. As soon as it gets inside of me, after the laugh, I wish you'd just go away. Gosh, you're such a waste of human existence. Anyways, he sucks at work. He won't take any advice or constructive criticism from anyone, but prefers to muddle through. He's just jerking off in his bedroom like he's been doing since he was a little kid. It's the rest of you. If you want success, you need to develop a better attitude. This card can suggest structural problems with the property you are buying or renovating. Be wary of bogged do-it-yourself jobs or hiring cowboy builders. A relationship is struggling because you're not putting in the time and effort needed to maintain it, ignoring advice and well-meaning friends. On page 107. You're too busy working at your job that she's cheating or they're cheating on you. If you don't give them love, bro, it's wrong of you. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. If you're not giving your partner love, then you're an asshole, and don't be hurt that they go looking for love in other places. That's your fucking job, bro. Your job isn't to pay the bills. Your job is to love them. If you can't do that, then fuck your job. That's how I see it. If you can't love me, then nothing you do is useful to me. I can make money. I can do all of this. Can you do something that nobody else has done for me? Which is love me? Oh, you're too busy at work. You're too busy making other people productive and making, whatever the fuck you do. Well, whatever you do, go do that for 40, 50 hours, and don't be mad that I'm spending 40 to 50 hours, in love with another guy. Don't you dare think that you're going to leave some girl at home with no love, attention, and affection, and that the bitch is going to be happy. Bitch, you're stupid. Your job is to love that woman, and if you're not giving her time, affection, and energy, then she has every right to go find it somewhere else. She shouldn't even be in a relationship with you. And that goes back to Bobby. His fucking wife can't give him what he needs. That's not my fucking problem. I could give it to him. Why can't you? Bitch, you sit there all fucking day. You can't love your man? You can't be excited for him to come home? You can't... What? That's because she's excited for another man. How long do you wait for your man to come home and love you before you let a man love you? Let that sink in, motherfuckers. This ain't about cheating. It's about love. A denial of love, bro. You deny me love, best believe I'm going to get it elsewhere. And I'm not going to sit around. I'm not even going to cheat on you. I'm going to tell you, you're not giving me what I want. I'm going elsewhere. I'm not going to secretly sideways do it. If the second you're not giving me what I want and I feel that I need it somewhere else, that's the need to get rid of you. That's your job in a relationship, bro. Nothing else. To make them feel special, seen, safe, beautiful, wanted, desired, important. If you can't do that for your partner, then you shouldn't be in a partnership. If I don't make you feel that way, then go find someone that does. And if you don't make me feel that way, then you're not the one for me. That's what a relationship is about. All this extra, no, that ain't extra. Is that how Jonica makes you feel, Russ? Is that how Russ makes you feel, Jonica? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bro. If it comes with a price tag, then they don't feel good. Moving on. What's the outcome, God? Great stuff. The end, which is the beginning, is the end of the world. I turn straight to it. The goddess depicted on this card holds a circle of wholeness. I'm not going to move into all this. This card is a card of perfect harmony. It showed up in our cards yesterday. We had a perfect balance of king and queen. Hey, did you saw that? I labeled it the royal flush. That was perfect. This is a card of perfect harmony and happiness as you connect to the universal flow of life, bringing health and vitality. It marks a great achievement, never a small one, accomplished by the right actions, patience, and wisdom. All that you have striven for is yours. The understanding gained through experience may now be used to help others. And that's it. Now I can show you. I told you God works. Jesus was a Jew. I like that part. You have to go very back to the beginning. When I started studying Jewish mysticism, I was like, what Jewish guy am I going to put up while I'm reading all this? And I was like, oh my God, Jesus was a Jew. It was a funny joke. Really? I don't see him as Jewish, do you? I don't see Jewish people as my savior. And now I'm looking at it, I might look a little different here. The understanding gain, yeah. Though one cycle has completed, another is about to begin. For the universe is in constant dance of change, fluctuation, movement, decay, and renewal. Reversed. The reverse suggests that you often come close to completion, but you lose focus, or take the easier path, fail, or abandon the project together. We're going to celebrate with a meal. I feel like it's time to break my fast, and the best way to celebrate is with a good meal.
I just want chips.
That's all you ever want. How about like some nachos then?
There's
With all kinds of shit on them.
I was going to have nachos for my birthday.
That sounds delicioso.
We should get those
Sorry.
fries with
Dude.
all that stuff on them, the Mexican fries.
Oh, Kanye saw the fries?
Yeah.
Delicioso. Really?
I know.
Yeah, I'm coming to an end of it. I'm going to... yesterday I had some soup. I tried to put some crackers in it and it made my stomach hurt. It was too much. But I'm going to start weaning myself off of my fast now. You must ask yourself what fear or blockage causes you to choose failure. Anything worthwhile is not achieving, and that's why I can't live off of 18 grams of protein while I'm working 8 hours a day. It's killing me. I almost died yesterday. Realistically, yeah, bro, I can't. When you do a fast, you're supposed to just stay still and not burn calories in doing that. This big chick at work was like, I burn 5,000 to 10,000 calories a day. I've lost two pant sizes since I started. It's like, yeah, that's what happened to me at fucking Walmart, too. And that was it. Yesterday, I was hurting, dude. I needed to put something in me. My body was going to collapse. It was almost like diabetic feeling, really. Vertigo and all of that. It's like, oh, God, I don't have enough vitamins. I don't have enough fuel inside of my body. That's what food is. Food is supposed to be fuel just to keep you going. You know what I mean? Throughout the day. It's not supposed to be, you know what I mean, endless amounts of fill myself and put myself to sleep. The itis is what they call that. You know how when you're real stuffed and you're like, alright, I'm going to go to sleep now. Yeah, I do a lot of that around here. It's the best feeling. Realistically, yeah, I'm going to sit and break bread with my kids and enjoy what God has done for us. We're grateful. We don't need to wait till Thursday to have, Thanksgiving. I'm very thanks for all of God's givings. You must ask yourself what fear or blockage causes you to choose failure. What are you feeling like? Honestly, pizza, bro. I feel pizza. I haven't been eating pizza like them. I don't eat pizza with them like that, and that's a family thing. Everybody loves pizza. I saw this commercial for Domino's. Realistically, I don't know. It's like all the things. I mean, the pork chops last night looked good, but I knew better than to do that. Anything worthwhile is not achieved without dedication, patience, challenge, hardship, and courage. I feel like, a lot of you want to watch me to make your lives better, but it's not going to really help. It's very temporary by just putting in, the squishy stuff to make yourself feel better as you're pushing yourself through your shit-ass day. I know I give you a lot of that can empower you, some Kobe Bryant that can make you push through difficult situations. But you don't want to keep pushing through a difficult life. There's difficult days we have to push through. There's difficult tasks, but it shouldn't be a difficult life. And even though I've been through difficult times for 3 years, you can watch those videos, and not every day was horrible. Yeah, there's certain hours of the day, certain shadow work, certain days that were more difficult because I didn't have the right mindset. But it wasn't just constant fucking struggle like life was before that. There's more joy than there is struggle through through this process. But there's unbelievable amounts of struggle. But it's not so much, yeah, it's outside because all of a sudden you don't have what you used to have. But it's all in your mind, bro. You feel insecure because of your outside world as you're letting it go. But you build the security in yourself to where these things no longer stop you from feeling safe or strong. And that's kind of where it is. If you don't got enough money, or you ain't got this, or you ain't got that, you don't feel safe. You don't feel strong. You don't feel prideful. You don't feel confident. Because of and you build all of these feelings based on what you can produce outside. Well, I got a good job, and I got a Christmas tree full of shit, and I got this. Those are not exhibits of happiness. Those might be exhibits of success to you and your family and friends as they walk into your house. But this is not an exhibit of happiness. This is an exhibit of hard work and dedication. Your whole lifestyle is, as was mine. I remember when Ray, his name was Ray, he came over one day. He's like, I just want to tell you, I see you working like this. I see you grinding. It's like, I see you getting up before the sun and coming home after, and all you do is work, and I just, I see you. And he gave me this big-ass handful of weed one day at my apartments. You don't realize who's watching you just live your life, and how sometimes it's inspiring. He had lived in that building for years and watched all these fucking loser-ass fucking low-income fucking families, and then I come in. And he just one day wanted to say, hey, I recognize you as a hard worker and, everything you do. And I just, it seems like you don't need shit. You just sit here smoking, so here's some weed. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. That's one less thing I needed. That's one less thing I got to work for out here in these streets. I appreciate that. And that's really what it is, and that's how I lived. Work, 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 work. You know what I mean? I had to have something to show for my life. It was an exhibit of, you could look at it, isn't she lucky? She looks like she's happy. No, I was content with having things, accomplishing things. Every day I had to accomplish something, and I could say, that's what I did. That was all me. I did this. You know what I mean? Working Lyft, I could come home and look at it. I made $200 last night. What the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you do last night? I did this. I wrote a song. I did all this shit. What'd you do? Now it's like, I can go a whole day without physically moving and feel so empowered by doing fucking nothing. That's real strength right there. To sit around and not do nothing and not have it detrimental, but at the fact that it's actual disciplined training to sit here and do some nothing shit. Because I'm not doing nothing. I'm dealing with parts of my life that I spent 39 years never facing. Never faced a fucking problem in my life. Shit would just happen, I'd cry about it, I'd be upset about it, I'd pack my shit up and go start over. Just forget that it ever happened. Never wanted to deal with shit in my life. Knight of Wands, I don't give a fuck. Oh well, that fucked up, move on. Oh well, oh well. I still have that mentality, obviously. It's just my way to keep moving. You know, and that's why I was laughing about those cards last night. It's like, no inconvenience is going to stop me. But the wisdom is coming back and looking at all the shit I ran from and what I went through. Now I gained the wisdom of that shit. So I don't got to keep doing that type shit. But it's not worth staying in something that doesn't work. I'm not here to glue your life together. You must understand, I am the goddess of destruction. I'm here to empower you to do what it takes to destroy this way of life and walk in the way of the gods. You won't just have Jesus, bro. Did you see? It was Buddha this morning. You'll have all the gods on your side, walking with you. And that's what it was really funny. They're like, all right, these next questions. So what is your religious preference? I looked at both of them. I said, I have absolutely no idea how to answer that. She said, really? I said, well, I'm a pagan high priestess witch that uses Jewish mysticism to teach the Christ consciousness. But I'm a fully enlightened soul of that of Hindu and Buddhism. I am too. And that's where it's like, get ready so we can go get lunch. Because there's nothing here. We'll have to leave here to get something to eat. Taco Bell. That is the worst thing to put on an empty stomach. Jesus Christ. Be over there with diarrhea. Realistically, I'd probably stick to another bowl of soup, to be honest. I can't do anything else. Maybe something in it. Some cream and mushroom soup sounds good. And put some mushrooms on that shit. Me and my mushrooms. You want your life to be better. You don't want a new life. That's not how this works. If you want your life to get better, pretty much, yeah, we're all of that's about to be taken care of for us real quick.
Where are we moving?
I'm asking that we don't move until the new year. I'm asking God. I'm going to ask that lady too, but it's her job. It's on a, you know what I mean? They want to show production. The more people they get housed and the quicker they get housed,
The more people come in. And
yeah, it's a pilot program, meaning this is the first time they've ran something like this, so they want to look all successful on paper. They're not going to hold up, you know, their success rate just because I'm scared.
It's like getting diverse hires.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they looked at me very serious that they could have me in housing by next month, which is this month. It's pretty much the end. Scary. But at the same time, they assure me, it's like, no, we're going to take care of you. We're going to make sure your rent's paid and you're not, and the services can be extended, you know what I mean? Meaning rental services can be extended further if I need them to keep helping me. I was like, well, that's cool. That's more than a man could do in my life, don't you think? There ain't no man coming in my life saying, I'm going to get you a house, and I'm going to take care of all your bills, and I'm going to get you some new fucking furniture, and I'm going to, no. You know who that is? That's God. And God's people. God sends a whole army for you when you're ready. When you call to God, He's there to answer your call. But you got to listen to what He's telling you to do too, bro. The phone works both ways. Really? Yeah. Well, I'm in a happy place, and we're going to go on and move on, and I will catch you guys later. I need to teach you, I had seen it yesterday, I'm going to teach you guys some basic witchcraft. I'm going to teach you how to build an altar. Really? Yeah, you guys need to have an altar to God. You can choose what gods, what pictures. You can start doing some of that today. I'm going to teach you the basics. I have plenty of books that teach what kind of things go at an altar and what an altar is for. It's a place, you're going to build a place somewhere in your house. It could be a window seal. It could be a closet. It could be anything. You just need a little bit of space. I could show you the one at Mr. Plum's. That was hilarious. It was just a little corner. He had this little, it was a magazine, table. You know how it has just a little end table? I used that. I made that into an altar. I hung a blanket and that was it. I'm going to teach you guys how to make your own altar so you can have a sacred place to access God, where you can go to for you and God. It can be anywhere. It can be in your room. It can be in the living room. I like to put them in the center of the house so that God's in the center. In my room, you know, when we get to our house, it'll probably be in my room. The kids don't like when I do, you know, the centered teachings and stuff. They have to be part of it. But realistically, anywhere where you can go and sit down, a space. How much space do you need? It could be as much as a TV stand. You know what I mean? You know, they're called, what are they called? A microwave dinner stand. You know what I mean? One of those little tables. It can be tiny. Just a place where you can sit down. We're going to put a couple little things there, a picture of whichever gods you want to put up, ancestors, pictures of, you know, things you like. Maybe it's nature. Maybe you have an affinity to certain animals, right? I don't expect you to go out getting crystals and all this stuff. We'll start with all of this. Trust me, before you know it, it'll be filled with shit. They'll just keep putting stuff there to access. We're just going to start with the beginning. Mine was actually my first one. I just started collecting stuff and putting it on an old TV in my room. It was my first altar. After I moved from there, I had a box. It was just a box. And I would open it up and set everything out of there. I had a couple of cards. I had a couple of, you know, I had these. I was like, I had that candle, and I had all of these little jewelries and stuff, a couple of crystals and some oils and some incense. That's it. Just a couple of things. My first picture on my wall was this one, Morgan, and I had a lover's card, which was transgender, a transgender. That's at the bottom. And I still have all of that stuff. Really? Mm-hmm. I would hang some of these. More necklaces came later, more symbols and stuff. It all came later. Speaking of Buddha, there's a funny story about that Buddha. Really? Yeah. I had shared it a couple of days before I bought him. There was this post. It was all, my grandma thinks she's praying to Buddha, and it gets close to the little thing, and it's actually a little it's a little figurine of Shrek. She had a picture, she had a little emblem of Shrek that she was praying to. I went to the mall and got this later. Yeah, but I know, you're losing hella weight.
Yeah, it said that one of the things is weight loss.
Weight loss is part of it.
Bad weight loss.
Bad weight loss. Anyways, and that's where it is you start adding more stuff, you know what I mean? Stuff starts coming to it. So I'm going to teach you that. That's one thing I haven't taught. I have lots of books. We're going to talk about accessing an altar later. Maybe some magic too. We'll throw some magic in there. All right, well, I love you guys. Today is an actionable day. It's a Mars day. It's 25/25, which is awesome. The energies are heavy. Like I said, Jupiter is right above us. I woke up this morning. I went out to walk the dog. It was still in the sunlight. I could still see it. Mercury and Venus are aligned out there, so that's love and communications. Jupiter is expansion. We are in Sagittarius season. It is fucking freezing, but the sun is shining. So it's a mixture of everything good or everything bad. You have to go through the bad stuff to get to the good stuff. And it's not bad stuff. It's just trials and tribulations, hard times, dude. You're going to have to go through some hard times to get to the good times. It's not bad. It's just hard. It takes a lot of, you know, audacity, and it takes a lot of, you know, strength to do such things. But it's just going through your mind, teaching your mind to be strong through what you're going through on the outside. And don't put yourself through shit that you don't need to. Don't keep fighting with people. If you know that Thanksgiving is a fight, then just cancel it, bro. How? Diarrhea. Tell them tell them.
That's a way to get out of school.
It's a way to get out of everything. Just tell them my stomach hurts real bad. I don't know. Just tell them I have bubble guts. It's true. If you don't feel good, it's coming from your stomach. I'm not telling you to lie. You might get a huge case of diarrhea. But just tell them, we can't make it this year. My stomach doesn't feel well. Oh, I made all this food. I know, but I can't put it on my stomach. I'm sorry. That's the whole point. If your stomach doesn't feel well, why are they going to force you to put food on an unwell stomach? Why does your stomach feel well? Because your guts tell you not to fuck with these people this time. It's not worth it, guys. It really isn't. It's not worth your peace. For pride to say that you were part of your family that you don't actually want to be part of any other day, but on this day you're forced. You're thankful for this family on this day. How much alcohol is it going to take to make it through this fucking meal? How much fucking, you know what I mean? How much tongue biting, how much eye rolling, how much, you know what I mean, can you take? And then you'll be back for Christmas? For what? You have a family in Christ. That's all I'm saying. I love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.